All right, this is our last video from this location. We are officially moving out of this location into our new place, so I don't know how it's going to set up over on the other side. Oh, the house is breathing the last few breaths. Hopefully we can keep things going without disruption, and I hope you're appreciating what we're doing. Anyways, today we're going to go over opening up the shoulders and the neck. It's all a part of that athletic ready position that we've been talking about, meaning we're going to bend the lower extremities and we're going to lengthen through the upper torso and lengthen through the upper extremities so they can do work outside here, but also set the riding reflex on the top. So in order to do that, we have to open up the shoulders, but like always, we have to open up the bottom to open up the top. It's always interesting because people think I have shoulder tension, I should only work on the shoulders, but with the human body, it's often a place that's the most distal from where you have the complaint that needs to be worked on as well. So we have to open up the calves. So, long story short. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna start by opening up the calf muscles. And we're going to do that by putting our foot on the block. This is such a good way to start the morning, and as I was telling some dancers a few weeks ago, you want to try to do this before you urinate in the morning. A, because it makes it part of your routine, but B, it's before your central nervous system really turns on. So your body's having to adapt. So we're going to lengthen, so feet parallel, quads are on, calves are on, abs are nice and tight, shoulder blades are down and back, feet are parallel. You're going to mount your hips. That means you're going to push your hips forward, get them over the tops of your feet, even though there's something preventing it from doing that. That'll cause you to lengthen out your gastrocnemius. This is this big calf muscle right here. And just see what it feels like. And notice how, in compensation, you want to round your shoulders, have anterior head carriage, and let your belly go. Do the reverse. Draw on your belly, draw your shoulder blades down and back, get your head over the top of your body, and pump those hips forward. Keep sucking in that tummy, and then suck it in even more. Feel what it feels like to lengthen? As we break into now hip circles. In this hip circle, try not to move your head. We're trying to activate the riding reflex and keep everything still on top while we're moving underneath. It has to do with hunting. It's a hunting reflex to be able to chase after something and to stay on target. Go in the opposite direction and breathe. Draw the shoulder blades down and back. We're going after shoulders, so we're going to need to be able to open them up. Okay? And now we're going to switch sides. Stretch this side. Notice how much tighter this side is than the other side, or looser. Abs are nice and tight. First, second, third chakras are on. Remember, first chakra is your pelvic floor. Second chakra is your lower abs. Third chakra is your upper abs. Draw your shoulder blades down and back. Keep first, second, third chakras activated as you pump your hips forward. Feel what it feels like to lengthen. Feel what it feels like to breathe. And just see how everything feels as you lengthen this muscle out. That, if you don't, it causes you to really have bad posture. So we're trying to reinvent posture. Okay, hip circles. Try not to move your head. It'll move some, but try not to let it move all over the place. Suck in that tummy. And in the opposite direction. Very nice, everyone. Okay, good. We start over again with the block underneath your left foot. You're going to take the roller out in front of you. I'll go to the side so you can see. We're going to go long spine, long roller. Abs are nice and tight. Chest is open. I'll just change back direction this way so I can see you guys. And you're going to bend and straighten your right leg. Keep your left leg straight. Try to keep long through your spine. Keep first, second, third chakras fired up. And now keep your right leg straight as you bend and straighten your left leg. This is going to open up your soleus muscle now. Nine and 10, and then we're going to counter stretch. So you're going to go in the opposite direction. Suck in that tummy. Stretch. And you can really see how that calf could prevent you from extending your spine, which in the long run jeopardizes your spine. Okay, we're going to switch sides. Block goes underneath your right foot. You're going to go into a forward fold. And then you're going to bend and straighten your left leg. Keep your right leg straight as you try to keep as straight a spine as you possibly can. Abs are nice and tight. First, second, third chakras are on. Remember, we're stretching muscles and not joints. So you shouldn't feel this in any joint. You should feel this stretching deep in the muscle. If you do feel it in a joint, or if it feels precarious, figure out what muscles you have to engage, like your quad muscles or your abs, to protect the particular group that you're working on. Okay, now you're going to bend and straighten your right leg. Keep your left leg straight. As you do your forward fold, once again, keep your abs engaged. And good. Now come up nice and tall. We're going to counter stretch. Suck in your tummy, shoulder blades are down and back. Just see what it feels like to open things up in extension. Smiles are up. Okay, go ahead, release. See what the ground feels like underneath you. You should feel a whole lot easier to stand up straight. Draw your shoulder blades down and back. Notice what it's like to have your feet parallel now. As we begin, suck in your tummies. First, second, third chakras are on. We will start feet parallel, hips width apart. Here's your ASIS. Here's your pubic symphysis, so midway in between. That's hips width apart. Okay? Feet should be parallel. You're pushing down big toe and the corresponding metatarsal head. Outer four toes and the corresponding metatarsal heads, but especially that pinky toe. And finally your heel. 1/3 the weight should go through the balls of your feet, 1/3 the weight should go through your toes, and 1/3 the weight should go through your heels. Okay, abs are nice and tight, you're breathing, chest up, shoulder blades down and back. Then we're going to start opening up the shoulders. Okay. For this, we're actually going to come to the ground because we're going to be near the ground for a while before we come back up. So you're going to need a block and you're going to need a ball. So you're going to put the block on top of the ball. You'll also need a strap. Then you're going to have a seat on top of the ball. The ball's going to go midway between your pubic bone and your tailbone, not on your tailbone. And then you're going to take your strap. And if you have a long one like I have, you can half it. Okay. And we're going to take this strap and we're going to put it behind our necks. Because in order to open up the shoulders, we have to open up the neck. Let me get this right. There we go. Otherwise, I'll be clinking the whole time. Tip your head back. Abs are nice and tight. We're going to start out by just rocking your head around. It's like you have an athletic towel around your neck and you're just moving your cervical spine around. There may be crunching and grinding. Try not to let it crunch and grind, because it's the same thing. You want to turn on muscles and not work joints. Abs are on, pelvic floor is on. Don't lose those even though you're working on your neck. See what it feels like to move things around. If you have a tight side, work that side, and then you can work the other side. Just go back and forth, rocking it around. Most people don't need flexion since we spend so much of the day working on smartphones and computers that flexing is not as vital. I only have one client, he's an electrician, tips his head back all day long. We work on flexion. Okay, now you're gonna take that strap goes up. So you're hanging out up, And now you're rocking your head side to side, and you can add what I call milking the cow. You're gonna pull on one strap then the other. Jaws relaxed. Keep breathing. Tip that head back. Anything that feels tight, get it out of there, because the shoulders are more part of the neck than they are the torso. So functionally, the tightness you feel in your neck is going to affect the mechanics of your shoulders. Abs. Okay, now you're gonna lower down this left side, keep the right side high as you continue to milk the cow. Rock your neck around. Feel for tight spots. Jaws relaxed. Okay, we're gonna reverse it. So it's gonna go high on the left, low on the right. Same thing. Notice if it feels same or different. You can milk the cow. And it is not unusual that you hear your ears popping because it opens up the eustachian tubes and the nasal pharynx in the back of the throat, because that's what good cervical motion does. Okay, one more at a time. Straps up, rock side to side. And shake those arms out. They get tired. Okay, now you're gonna take the strap in your left hand. It's gonna go over the top of your head. Your right hand's gonna go palms facing forward as you grab a hold of the strap. And what you're gonna do is hoist that elbow over the top of your head as best you can. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking your tummy, and then you're gonna rock and you're gonna do motion of your thoracic cage. This will open up your latissimus dorsi, and it will open up your tricep on the side of your body here. Keep sucking in that tummy. Keep breathing. Go in the opposite direction. Keep sucking in that tummy. Keep your pelvic floor on. Just because you're working one part of your body, you don't forget about another part of your body. Okay, good. Now what you're going to do is turn your right hand around so the knuckles face forward. You're going to hoist that arm up the back side of your body by pulling down with your left hand. And now we're going to move the head and neck around. Just notice how and what feels tight, what you need to open up. Keep your chest up, keep your abs engaged. You can rotate your head. And breathe. Ooh, I have to watch out for the microphone. Notice what feels tight. See if you can open up your shoulder. Okay, go ahead and release this side, and now we're going to switch. You're going to take the strap over the top of your head with your right hand, left hand, palm faces forward. You're going to hoist that elbow up into the air, and you're going to move your torso around. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in that tummy. Keep breathing. Stretch. Open up anything that feels tight. You're opening up that tricep. You're opening up latissimus dorsi. Keep your tummy sucked in. Unless you do a lot of overhead work, you probably don't do this stretch very much. Okay. And then now we're gonna flip this hand around so the left knuckles face forward. You're gonna pull that strap up back behind your shoulder blade. And then you're gonna move your head and neck around this time. Keep breathing. Jaws relaxed. Stretch. See if you can open up your ear canals as well. This is opening up a huge amount of lymphatics as well. You can rotate your head. Notice if one side was tighter than the other. And then go ahead, release your arms, shake them out. Ooh, shake, shake, shake. Okay. We're still using a strap. We're gonna start the first half of shoulder motion. You're just gonna hold the strap, you're gonna take it over the top of your head and then back. Over the top of your head and back. You're opening up your shoulders. Keep your abs engaged. As it gets easier, you can take it down the back side and then back over to the front side. Your goal is to open up the shoulders, open up your pecs, relax your neck, keep your pelvic floor on. And good. Rest for a second. See if you can move your head and neck around again. See if it's loosened up. Everything we've done so far should have opened up your neck because, like I said, the shoulders are more a part of the neck than they are of the torso, mechanically. Okay, we're just gonna do around the world. You're gonna go over the top of your head, back down and around, over the top. Abs are nice and tight. Plus, it's just fun. Okay, so keep your strap back behind you. You're just gonna stretch side to side, chest is up, bend. Keep sucking in that tummy. Okay, we're gonna use the roller now. You're still on top of the ball, on top of the block. You're gonna take your roller, put it behind your shoulder, behind your arms, behind your back. We're gonna draw your shoulder blades down and back. Abs are nice and tight. Chest is open. Now you're gonna move your head and neck around. Try to keep your spine motionless. Don't forget to work extension as well as flexion. You can do rotation. And now you could do torso rotation or torso lateral bend. This is where the shoulder and torsos work together. We have had to have opened up the neck first. Okay, good. You're gonna take your roller. You're gonna hold it in your hand, put it behind your head, and pin it again behind your head with your left hand. Then you're gonna take your right hand and pin it against your butt. And now you're gonna just twist a little, open up the shoulder, just move things around, see what it feels like to twist. This will help you open up your chest and your shoulders. Smiles are up. Suck in that tummy. If you're doing this correctly, you should feel your abs working too. Because what it's done is isolated out the pecs, so you have to use your abs instead of your pecs. Okay, we're gonna switch. You're gonna take your right hand over the top of your head. You're gonna take your left hand, press that against your butt, and you're gonna Open up your shoulders and rotate. It's just a good stretch. You can also just lean forward if you like. But the goal is to have your spine follow the roller instead of the roller bending to what your spine wants to be. Keep your head back. This is taking care of anterior head carriage. Keep your abs engaged. Okay. Now, we're going to do the Mick Jagger. You're going to put your hands behind your back. You can make them in the fists, put them right over your kidneys, and you're just going to take your arms forward and then back. Whoops. Forward, back, forward, back. Really squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. Forward, back, forward, back. Keep your abs engaged. I also think it's weird, like when your hands, like for my hands, are back behind me and they're not touching on my terms, so it feels like someone else's hands touching me. Okay, it's just me. Abs are nice and tight. Just a few more times. Squeeze it back, squeeze it forward, squeeze back, squeeze forward. Now we're just going to do internal. I want you to internally rotate as much as you can, then externally rotate. Just go back and forth. All this so you can open up your shoulders. It's like you're swimming a butterfly. This is why not everyone likes swimming the butterfly. One more. Good. Shake out your arms. Shake, 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 shake. We're going to come off of the roller. You don't need your ball and your block for a second. We're going to take that roller, put it out in front of you. We're going to create some more range of motion of the shoulders as you take your arms forward. Thumbs up. You're going to roll out. There's two ways of doing it. You can keep your butt back, or you can elevate your butt as you roll out. But either way, you're moving from your abs, not from your shoulders. That's too much torque on your shoulders. So these are sit-ups, as well as a stretch for your latissimus dorsi and your spine. Feel what it feels like to lengthen out the shoulders. Open up the shoulder joints. Okay, good. Now you're going to angle the roller off 45 degrees off to the right side. Same thing. This will open up your left latissimus dorsi. You can do it one-handed if you'd like. Keep sucking in that tummy. Okay, and then we're going to angle it off to the left. Same thing. You could do it two hands. Or if you want it, you could do it one at a time. Either way, this is opening up your right latissimus dorsi. Keep breathing. Excellent. You're going to put the roller out in front of you as we just stretch forward. We seldom do things over the top of our head unless you're an electrician or you do some kind of work over the top of your head. So taking the hands over the top of the head is important periodically during the day to maintain the flexibility up here, because as we've mentioned before, nothing in the human body has a single function. So your ability to take your arms over the top of your head is circulating lymphatics to your lungs, your thyroid, your thymus, your heart. Yeah, important organs. Okay, we're going to work on some of your abs before we get into working on your legs. So we're going to start out with the roller behind your back, underneath your booty. Your hands are back behind you. I should angle so you can see what's going on. We're going to do some sit-ups here. You're just going to bring your knees to your chest, and then feet to the ground, knees to chest. As you bring your knees to your chest, I want you to suck in that tummy. These are sit-ups. Keep breathing. Change the shape of your abdomen. If your abdomen's not sucking in and going concave, you're not using your abs. You're using your hip flexors or your psoas muscle. We want you to use your abs. Good. Now, you're going to need your ball. It's going to go behind your back. Roller's going to go underneath your legs. Woo. First things first. Stretch. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy. We're stretching. And then we're going to do sit-ups. You're going to come onto your toes, bring your toe all the way into your toes, and then back out again. You're using your abs. Smiles are up. Nine. 10. Excellent. Okay. Then we're gonna put block behind your shoulders, ball underneath your sacrum. You put your hands behind your neck. Your feet are off the ground. You're gonna pump your pelvis so your butt comes to the ground and then your butt raises. You're gonna do this without clenching your butt. This is driven from your abs. Keep tightening your abs. Change the shape of your abdomen. Don't clench your butt. Don't use your quads. Then we're going to go straight legs against the ground. This requires a little bit of balance. Abs are nice and tight. Support your head as much as you need to. Suck in that tummy, close up your rib cage. You're just going to raise one leg then the other. This is going to create contralateral twisting as well, so you have to stabilize it in twist. Pretend there's a champagne glass on your belly you don't want to spill. Suck in that tummy. Suck in that tummy even more. Just a few more. Keep those feet parallel. Use your abs, not your butt. And good. You can sit back up again. You're going to remove the block. Your ball is going to go underneath your booty. Woo! Your legs will stack on the roller. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Shoulder blades are down and back. We're going to work those obliques. And we're going to work the booty as you take your leg out to the side. You can do circles or lifts. 10. Opposite direction. Smiles are up. Very important muscle. 9, 10. This is your glute medius working with your glute maximus. It's part of standing and walking. Okay, I'm going to just flip to the other side. Okay, same thing on this side. You're circling away. Abs are nice and tight. You're using your obliques as well as this glute medius, glute maximus. Opposite direction. Notice if one side's stronger or weaker than the other. 9 and 10. Good job. Ball goes behind your back once again. We're going to do our sit-ups first with our hands out in front of us, just sucking in our tummies. You're doing a basic sit-up. You're cheating off the ball as much as you need to. And you're breathing. The goal is to not use your upper extremities to work in what should be abdominal exercise. So you shouldn't see your arms doing stuff weird or trying to pull you up. It's all abs. Rest for a second, because we're going to make it a little harder. The ball's going to move a little higher up your spine. Your butt's going to come off the ground. So your butt's off the ground. We're going to do sit-ups. Now we can add a twist. And then arch over the top of the ball. Rock your hips from side to side. Should feel pretty good because you use your abs, not your psoas muscle. Come back into knee lean. Had enough of that. Okay, so you're gonna have your block out in front of your left knee. We're gonna work on working the glute max without compensating into the knee, ankle, or foot. So the way you're gonna do that is go onto the block in what looks like a starter's position. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking your tummy, your hands will go back behind you, you're gonna balance first. It's pretty intense. You'll feel your quad working, but mainly your butt will work. Stabilize your abs go on sucking that tummy, and we're gonna hinge forward, and we're gonna come back up. We can't cheat work into our knee, we can't cheat it into our foot or our ankle. We have to use our butt. We have to use our core. Ooh. Hold that balance. Sucking that tummy. You should feel your glute max. 9 and 10. Good job. Let's switch sides. So your right leg is forward, left leg is back. No pressure in your knee because you're not using it. And here we go. Hinge forward, come back up. Notice if one side's easier than the other. Shouldn't be. Often the case it is. Keep your abs engaged. Ooh. 8, 9, 10. Rest. You're feeling your booty working. This is a good thing. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. We're going to do some jumps. You're going to get in your thinker pose now. And this is stuff close to the ground. So this is knee flexion, torso extension. That's athletic ready position. We're about to make it dynamic. I'm going to move back a little bit. Okay, in this position, make sure your metatarsal heads in the rear are not bent over so far they feel like they're going to snap off. If they do, push your heel back. Okay, here we go. Your left hand follows your right leg. We're going to jump. You're using muscles, not joints. You shouldn't feel this in your knee or your low back. You should feel this in your quad, and you should feel this in your butt. Eight, 9, abs, 10. Okay, let's switch sides. Same thing on this side. No excessive pressure in the metatarsal heads. If you do, push your heel back, chest up, right hand follows left leg. Here we go. Abs. Feet parallel. One more. Good. We're switching sides. We're staying in a high position. This time, your toes in the rear are not touching the ground. Okay, and here we go. Lift, hold, gently lower. Left hand follows right foot. Keep sucking your tummy, keep stabilizing from your core. We're using muscles and not joints. You should not feel this in your knee. You should feel this in your abs, your quad, and maybe somewhat your butt. Not your neck. Good, switch sides. Abs. Okay, here we go. Rear toes are off the ground. Notice one side's easier than the other. Whoa, hold that balance. Keep the core on. Ah. Good. Switch sides. Okay. Your toes are curled under on this one. Abs are nice and tight. We're going to do small angle, so we need tall angles in the upper half of the body. We're keeping the lower half flexed. We're going to work major muscle groups, so your quads, your butt. We are not working joints, so keep the work out of your knees, ankles, neck, low back. Okay, here we go. We're going to lift 1 inch off the block, and we're just going to hold. Suck it in. Abs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. Just feel what it feels like to activate muscles. These are the small angles. These are parts of our body in ranges of motion we don't want to use because it's energetically very costly. So we get out of the habit of using it altogether. Okay, here we go again. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, abs, 5, 4, butt, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Okay, abs are engaged, shoulder blades are down and back. Here we go. Right hand forward, left hand back. Lift, 1 inch, abs, quads and butt. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Smiles are up. 9, 10, and rest. You should feel muscles and not joints. And often is the case that when you use muscles, it refers into the joint, but you're actually not having joint pain. Okay, here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Abs, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. Smiles are up. Okay, we're going to get back into our athletic ready position from recovery position. So first go into recovery position with your hands on your knees and breathe. We're going to do sit-ups here. You're going to tighten your abs, tighten your pelvic floor, close up your rib cage, suck in your tummy, and then repeat. Good. We're going to come all the way up. We're gonna get athletic ready, super ready position, almost sumo wrestler position. Abs are on, knees are bent. You're into deep squat. You're gonna bounce a little bit. You should feel your quads in your butt, no knees. Smiles are up. 9, 10. From here, you're gonna go high heels and then knees down. Kneeling. Okay, so what I've been talking about is something called Head's Law. If you have two tissues innervated by the same nerve, so the muscles of your quad and the joints of your knee are innervated by the same nerve. If there's a low-grade irritation to the quads, it's going to refer to the knees because the knees are the more sensitive tissue. So a lot of times when you feel knee pain or knee achiness, it's actually quad tightness, and that's why we should have activated a lot of knee achiness because it's actually the quads having to go back to work. And that's what we've been working on. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna lean back. Knees come together, suck in your tummy, continue your sit-ups. Suck it in and release. Suck it in, release. Suck it in, release. Suck it in, release. Just see what everything feels like. Okay, now you're going to curl your toes under. They are coming under, under, under. Once again, if you feel excessive pressure in those metatarsal heads, push your heels back. You're going to lean back now. And we're going to do the same thing. Suck your tummy in and release. Suck your tummy in, release. You're stretching out your plantar fascia and your Achilles tendon into your calf, your quads. You're opening up hip flexors. You're engaging your abs. Okay, woo! Child's pose. Notice how you had to decompress your back a little bit after that? Especially if your calves are on the, not calves, your quads are on the tight side. Almost done. Okay, you're gonna go on your roller lengthwise now. Make sure your butt's on the roller and your head's going to be just slightly off what's called your EOP, the weird bump on the back of your head. You're going to just be off that. And that will line up the crown of your head with your pelvic floor. So important for posture. Tighten up your pelvic floor. Close up your rib cage, suck in second chakra. Abs are nice and tight. And breathe. Feet are parallel, knees are over the tops of your feet. Pelvic floor is on, second chakra is on, third chakra is on, arms go in the air. Keep breathing. Take your right leg into the air. Balance. And then switch. Left leg goes in the air as you're breathing. And rest. Arms down. You're going to reverse it now. You're going to take both legs into the air. And you're going to take your right hand in the air. Ooh. And switch. And rest, both feet down. You guys continue to hang out on your roller and breathe. So stress surrounds us, that's the reality of life. Mari and I are in the process of moving. Can't tell you how stressful that is, trying to fit 5 bedrooms of stuff into 3 bedrooms of stuff and having a deadline to move out. There's stress everywhere. But what we want to do is find grace. We want to find a place where there's no resistance. So even though we're stuck in this environment of racing to get everything done, trying to get everything moved, trying to get everything placed, trying to get everything cleaned up, trying to get everything paid for. It is to lower the resistance of it, because it's going to happen either way. I love that Dale Carnegie quote. I put it up last time. Today is the tomorrow that you worried about yesterday. And so either way, the events that are going to come up are going to come up. Do it with the least amount of stress. So in this moment, just relieve stress and open back up to receiving. Breathe and receive. Come back into meditation and centering, and just breathe. Gas prices are going up, food prices are going up, real estate is going up. Drop the resistance. Going to happen either way. And the less wear and tear it is on you, the less stress it is on you, the more you're going to find comfort and ease, because you will get to your end place either way. And worrying about what might be is not helping you. At the end of this class, your knees might feel heavy and kind of sore, and it's not because of your knees, it's because we opened up the quad muscles. You should feel your neck feel a whole lot looser because we opened up the shoulders. We just got you more in the athletic ready posture. Stay on top of your rollers. I'm going to come off to bring you home. You guys have done an amazing job. Now, on behalf of Maria and me, we'd just like to say thank you for being in our lives, supporting us, being willing to try all these crazy activities that we come up with, and loving us. We appreciate you so much. Namaste.